Hello, this is Joe with Just Below Average Model Cars, bringing you a kit review of the AMT Capri II Sports Coupe, which came out sometime in the 70s. I couldn't find a copyright date on the box or on the instructions. I got this off of eBay. It's one of my holy grail kits. Now, I have a Capri myself, although it's a newer American-built one. These were built in Germany, or perhaps Great Britain, one of the two. And they came with 4 cylinders or V6s. This particular kit comes with a 4 cylinder. So let's go over the parts. Now, with eBay, the buyer I bought this from packaged it up very nicely. Packaged it up. So this is not how they come. They're probably in a bag. But he packaged this stuff up very nicely. And I really appreciate that when people do that, when you buy a kit. I've had some that were, I bought new stuff that decals got folded or stuff like that. But, oh boy. I should sell Dramamine with my videos when it comes to that. So it's got separate door panels and nice carpet texture in there. Although no locating spots for the seats, so you could put them like for the way you would drive it or the way your wife would drive it. Sometimes I like to put them at different distances apart just to make it seem more realistic, like it would a lot of times be in a lot of cars. And the body looks the part. It's got the 2.8 liter, if you can see that molded in, 2.8 liter badge. And it's got Capri II Ghia. It's a Ghia, which was the luxury version of most of these. Ghia was a design studio in Europe. They designed a lot of Ford's show cars and concept cars for an European audience. So it's molded very nicely. There's not much flash on this body. You know, it'd be the usual on the fenders. You can feel it. And there's the one back here. And let's look at the chassis. Now, I don't know what the bottom of a Capri looks like. Like I said, I've got the Fox body new American Capri, so I'm kind of familiar with that. But this one's got good detail. If this is what it looks like, they did a good job. It's got a few of the old AMT rivets or nuts that they like to put on their chassis to make it look like there's some detail under. But notice there's nothing molded in except the gas tank. And that's something I wish people would, car model companies would do nowadays, is mold the gas tank separately. There's some detail for the fuel lines. So that's nice. So that looks pretty good. So you'll have to, there's locating pins on the bottom of the chassis, or locating holes in the chassis and pins on the interior, so you can get that in the exact right spot. That's very nice to have. So why they didn't do that for the seats, I don't know, but gives you a much more realistic interior, because this is real close to the floor pan, because the interior really is the floor pan, is the bottom of the interior in a real car. So it would not be flat like this. It would be more like this on the inside with carpet. So let's pick up the next bag. Well, here's the chrome tree. Okay, typical of the period, molded in headlights, but we can take care of that with clear part cement or Mod Podge, Kloss Mod Podge. And here's the factory wheels. And comes with custom wheels, custom wire wheels. They both look pretty nice. I'm not sure which one I'll use when I build it. And it's got some custom parts, I think. And these must be the tail lights. So you have to paint those. But overall, the wheels look real nice. Either the stock ones, they're molded very nicely, and the aftermarket wire wheels. Too bad they're so small. I could use them on something else. Maybe get another Pinto kit or something. And here's the glass. This glass might need to be polished a little bit. There's a little blemish right there on the middle of the windshield. And it's all the way around glass. So your interior will stay nice and clean once you put it together. That's one thing I like nice about either display cases or the individual display cases or the curio cabinets like I've got. They stay a lot cleaner. I used to put my models out and interiors get so dirty, and there's really not really any good way to clean them except maybe blow them out with air, and that would be a problem. So it's got, let's see, factory seats, nicely detailed, look very cushy, so that would go along with the Gia. And this is a rear roll pan, maybe a stock one, I'm not sure. And so the custom one comes with, the stock bumpers are body colored. And this is unusual because it's got custom bumpers that are chrome. And they seem to be almost identical front and back. Here's a steering wheel. And one thing I like about this is it's got, oh, here's another roll pan. This must be the factory one. Maybe. It's got the accurate, let me put this in the picture for you. Accurate engine bay details. So this will go, he's even got holes in it and pins. So this will go right along right here. Maybe on the other side. But yeah, that'll be nice. This is built like a much later kit for AMT. AMT, you never knew what you'd get. I guess maybe their annual kits were less detailed because they had promos. And then later on, or some of the other kits were more detailed. So we have the front sway bar, anti-sway bar, stabilizer bar, whichever you want to call it, and the front control arms and cross member, and a radiator. And another steering wheel, which would be the stock steering wheel. We'll talk about the tires last. Okay. So I don't know where you get these bags, but if you're selling a lot of kits, these are pretty nice to put them in. Put that over there. Okay, here's door panel. Nicely detailed. Looks like carpet texture all up here, and then the fabric in the middle, and this is probably vinyl. And that's probably an ashtray for the old days. Okay, here's the dashboard. Looks pretty nicely detailed. And the other fender apron for the engine compartment. You can see the top of the McPherson strut. And here's seat backs. A little bit of flash on these parts. Not in a bad spot. You can clean those off pretty easy. Very nicely detailed transmission. Looks like a Ford transmission from the 70s. V6, separate oil pan, which is nice. No seam to clean up on the bottom. Cylinder heads, valve covers, air cleaner. These look accurate. It's got the two screws for the Holley Weber carburetor. Actually, these ones are probably Weber carburetors, and the ones in the United States are manufactured under license by Holley. Exhaust manifolds, fan, front cover looks like. Let's get the other side. Oh, there's the intake manifold. Front cover. These must be, we'll find out what those are. If they're wheel discs. I don't think it had four-wheel discs, so there might be something that goes in the wheels to lock them to the hubs. And distributor, radiator hose, sport mirrors, maybe power steering pump, I'm not sure. And I don't know what that is. Okay, so we have dual exhaust, which is nice. This must be a European version. Drive shaft. This is the steering rack, which is nice because a lot of cars, you know, that Thunderbird I just built didn't have really any steering linkage, you know, molded in or anything. And this one's got the separate steering rack. Even a lot of cars didn't have that. Here's McPherson struts, and we'll see what those do. Interestingly enough, there are no part numbers on these trees. None whatsoever. So here's, oh, I see. There's back seats, and then there's front seats. You can see the difference. Look like nice cushy seats. Back seats are cushier in the front. Not that you want to ride back there. Oops. And here's the other door panel. Seat backs for the rear seats. Console. Two piece. Rear axle and rear springs. Oh, maybe those are shocks. Maybe those other things are shocks. I don't know. Alrighty. And did I go over this? Oh, that looks like the stock rear valance. And this is maybe the custom front valance. Or maybe stock. I don't know. I'm not sure. And these fit in there. Nowadays it'd be all molded in one piece, which would be nice, but the technology wasn't up to snuff yet. Okay, let's look at the wheels or the tires that came with the kit. Here's the wheel backs and the hood. Well, there's nothing to hold the hood in place right now. Nice looking hood though. It's got good underhood detail. Nice detail across the hood. You have to give it a good sanding to get these scratches out before you prime it. Alright, the tires. They're typical AMT from the 70s. Two-piece Goodyears, I think is what these are. Yep. They're actually not bad looking tires once they're put together. Now, a lot of people would wonder how you glue these together, and I remember when I was group building these years ago that I would just glue the wheel halves together, and that would just trap it in place. That way you don't have to worry about any glue oozing out. So they're not too bad. You know, you really can't see the seam too bad on there. I mean, this one's got some flash. This one's got some flash right there, but yeah, it's a good tread pattern. They always had really good sidewall detail. The tread's a little light, but it looks good. But what I found is that I built, well, let me get it. I built the AMT Pinto, the Coca-Cola version, but I put a V8 in. I built it for a street machine build a couple years back. And so I used the custom tires that came with it, but I did not use the factory tires that came with it. And these are one-piece rubber, nice tread, and they just happen to fit these wheels very nicely. So I know I'm going to use these tires for this car. They kind of look like Michelins that you would get back then, but what are these? These are B.F. Goodrich TA Advantage. So that's probably more modern tire than what this would have had, but they look good. And this, oh my gosh, Dramamine. This kit also came with a set of 4 tires, and these look to be monogram racing tires that you get on the used on the street rods, on the GT350 race car Mustang, on the Racing Cobra. They came in the kit just as a bonus, I guess. I don't know. Somebody must put them in there. They don't go to this kit. They're 124 scale tires. So that's a bonus for me. I get some extra parts. Let's look at the directions. Let's look at the decals last. Interesting. This looks like it was written by hand. This 125th. But, typical for the period. And this is how I learned a lot about cars when I was building these models, because they had these parts labeled: distributor, carburetor, intake manifold, exhaust manifold, cylinder heads, engine block. So, oh, it's a smog pump maybe, and alternator's chrome. So the engine looks fairly decently detailed, and yeah, it shows the 2-piece tires here and the 2 optional wheels. And your chassis. Let me get this all in frame so you can see it. So it looks to be a fairly decently detailed kit, especially for the time. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make you guys ill watching this. Yeah, those are wheel retainers. So, and then the interior really has, the only option for the interior is the steering wheel. And I kind of like the custom steering wheel. It looks like a Momo, I think is what they used to have. They sell in the 70s. And here's the body assembly. That firewall. So the engine compartment looks like it'll come out pretty nice. I'm looking forward to building this. Okay, here's stock. Now, there's custom front pan. I guess it looks different than the stock one. The stock one's got an air intake on there. Oh, it's got a radiator shroud too, which is unusual for the time. Oh, that's a hood support. That's what that little stick is. Right there. Where am I? Right there. That's a hood support. Again, no part numbers on anything. So, oh, this is the custom one. These are the custom parts, and the other ones must be the, yep, this is the factory one with the hole in the front. And where'd the other one go? Where'd the other one go? In here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. And here's the back. This is the stock back piece. You can see. It'd be nice if they had part numbers. But, yeah, custom's got a custom grill, driving lights, different headlights, chrome bumpers. Oh, it's got exhaust tips too. That's kind of cool. Anyways, that's what we got. Oh, I guess I should show you the whole thing. Pause it if you want it. And let's look at the decals. Now, I didn't see a date on there unless that's a date. A date code or something. There is something printed here, but and here's what it came with. Now one could probably use Oregon plates, huh? One could probably use the plates. California plates has got license plate frame. The Oregon plates do not. But you could probably just cut those out and use them without using without soaking them in water. But these don't look cracked, and they look like typical AMT decals of the eras. That it was just one big decal sheet, and you had to cut them out real close because this is all decal film in between. So if you've ever had one of these old kits, don't just cut out this piece right here and throw that in there, because you're going to have one big piece come out. So they're not too bad looking decals, but I'm not sure they would work. But like I said, they're not cracked. They look like they're in really good shape for their age. I don't know when this kit came out. I guess I should have looked it up on ScaleMates. But the Capri II came out in 75 or 76 model year. It's a slight redesign of the original Capri. This body style went on, and it was, I think the last year production was 86. So it was a popular car in Europe. Just to give you a size comparison of this next to a Pinto. So it was a very small car. The original Capri came with a 1.6 liter straight four. Oh no, it's a rollover. But they upgraded it. I think the last ones came with a fuel injected 3 liter V6, or it was optional with 3 liter V6. So they had a top speed like 130 or something. So they were good aerodynamically. And I like them. I liked them back then. I like them now. And I was happy to add this to my collection, although I don't really collect to collect. I collect to build. Like I said, it's one of my Holy Grail kits. I'm glad to have it. I'm thankful for the guy. I got it for a pretty decent price. You know, there's some kits I'd love to have, but I'm not willing to pay $80 or $90 for a kit. You know, I have too many right now as it is to justify spending that much money on a kit. Anyways, thanks for watching my kit review, out of the box review, in-box review, whatever you want to call it. I really appreciate those who watch, appreciate those subscribers who hang in there, and for my sporadic videos. Thank you for your likes and any comments you have, any questions you have. Feel free to ask in the comments below. Hit that like button wherever it is along here, and have a good day.